What up, what up, guys? It's Blackwing 2040. First of all, I just want to deeply apologize for my lateness. It's completely unprofessional, and I. It was just. Sorry about that. It was just odd that. I'm so sorry that I didn't get here in time. It's just. I was busy. I was out somewhere, doing some volunteer work. I was helping out at, my church. So I was doing some productive stuff. But, I'm so sorry for the lateness. Com- Completely unprofessional of me. But like I said, let's get down to business. That wasn't fine. Thank you, Space Ranger and Pokemon Ranger 658. Thank you guys for being here. I know Blue Beetle was here earlier, but I take it he's not anymore. But like I said, we are going to be doing a live read of. Oh my gosh. I should have put my phone on vibrate. Yeah, okay. We are going to be doing a live read of Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And I think the story is 14 has like 14 chapters in it, if I'm correct. Because I don't want to be doing let me see. 1 through 9, that's 9. Skips issue 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, wait. 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. 13 chapters again with another book with 13 chapters. Terrific. That's just terrific. Okay, so like I said, and of course I'm wearing my Captain America shirt because, you can't read a Captain America shirt. I mean, you can't read a Captain America book without wearing a Captain America shirt. But anyway, technically, oh my gosh, I've been at a page in this book. Shame on me, tisk tisk. Anyway, this book will cover. Actually, it's going to be covering not just the Winter Soldier story arc. The story arcs that are going to be covered here are um Out of Time, a one-shot story called The Lonesome Death of Jack Monroe, and then of course you got the Winter Soldier story arc. But let's get started, shall we? With issue 1. I think we'll try to do a set. Yeah, you can't read. Yeah, I think we're only gonna do 7. We'll only do 7 chapters since this book is a 13 chapter book. So our story begins 5 years ago in Russia near the Kazakh Kakis, Kazakhstan border. I'm gonna be mispronouncing some foreign words really, really bad. But let's begin. And you know what? I'm not gonna speak in a Russian accent. So if there are any viewers that are Russian, I don't want to be stepping on your toes or anything. So I'll just be reading this in my normal voice. But if I speak in Russian, please forgive me if it's not throwing any hate towards you guys. Trust me. We caught this one trying to breach the perimeter fence to the north, General Lukin. Ah, what is? The neuroblasters took him down just as expected. Yeah, forgive the interruption, Harry Skull. This will only take a moment, and then we can get to our business. Don't apologize, General. I'm always happy to wait when entertainment is provided. Keep your satisfaction to yourself, Sidis. What I do here, I take no joy in. So, even after the fall, the Red Room still produces men such as yourself. I would have thought that the time was long past. Did they tell you what happened to your predecessors, Red Guardian? General Alexander Lukin, under the authority of President Yeltsin, you are hereby under arrest for abandoning your post for theft of government, secret, and weapons, and for crimes of treason against Mother Russia. Mother Russia? I'm sorry to tell you that that is left of the true Mother Russia, boy. And then Red Guardian is murdered. And for those who don't know who Red Guardian is a Russian superhero, but he's only stationed in Russia. treat his remains as if he treat his remains as if he were one of our own. When we're finished here, I'll let them know whether they can retrieve his body. Now, Herr Skull, I assume you still want to examine the items I have for sale? What is this exactly? According to the schematics, it opens windows into something called the negative zone. This is all experimental work. Or, you know what? I'm not. Rest in peace. You know what? I think I could try to do Liam O'Brien's Red Skull impression. This is all experimental work, or has it been field tested? Some has. What is here will work. I guarantee you that, Skull. This is the last of Comrade Karpov's facilities and where he kept his most valuable treasures. Karpov, how would your old mentor feel about what you're doing with his inheritance? Selling KGB developed weaponry to the highest bidder? Why do you think he left this in my hands and not his superiors? He knew if the Soviet Union were to collapse, there must still be men willing to do the right thing for the cause. And I am not selling everything you see here. Most of it is leaving the sad country, along with myself and my men. I see then. Men, I get it. And what they're staring into is actually a tube with a man in it. And of course, hint, hint, of course, you guys already know who that man is. But, plot point, this can't be what it looks like. Ah, yes, I've been working over the paperwork Comrade Karpov left on this one. He was apparently very useful in the Cold War, a secret weapon of a sort against the United States. How much do you want it for? I think not, Erskine. I have my own plans for that item, unless, of course, you would be willing to exchange it for the Cosmic Cube, as it is known. The cube? What do you know about that? We know of many things you hold close, Skull, and I would value the Cosmic Cube quite highly if it is what I have heard. Oh, it is, believe me, but it's not in my possession. Even if it was, you can't think of have anything that would make me give it up. Though I can see why you desire it. You'd have the power to rebuild your socialist republic, wouldn't you? That is one possibility among many. Well, you can keep dreaming. My spies are combing the world for signs of it even as we speak. The cube will be mine, and no one else's. And when that day comes, this whole world will know fear, General, like you've never seen. The cube is mine again. Oh, we're back into present day New York with Red Skull in, I guess in a building, and he's in possession of the Cosmic Cube. The cube is mine again after so many years of searching and waiting. And this time it won't go to waste, because this time my plans are laid out perfectly. Just a few more hours until midnight, and then Paris, London, and of course, Manhattan will all burn for me. And we will harvest this death and destruction and transmute it into energy. To feel this imperfect cosmic cube melded together from shards of the ones that were taken from me, or even shattered in my own hands by him, Steve Rogers, Captain America. This night is especially for you, Rogers, which is why I've got a ringside seat to watch this city you love die. But then I've had months to prepare, lying in a cell and staring at blank walls while my spies kept you under watch. They've seen your tragedies, everything you've lost, and they kept you distracted. You're a child's play. Toys. Thank you, Space Ranger, for telling. Yeah, I'm aware of Toy Story 4 coming out in 2019, and thank you for that. I'm not gonna be doing any Toy Story voiceovers, but I'm glad you enjoyed that video a lot. Try to act like everything is just the same as it was before. But I know you, Rogers. I know what losing people does to you. You're at your lowest point, and that's why you'll never see me coming this time. How are you really, Steve? I'm sorry. What was the question? Oh, so here we have Steve Rogers in a training session. Well, just training, and he's being questioned by. Oh my gosh, what is the name? There we go, Agent 13. I said, how are you? I'm fine. Why? Because you don't seem fine. And how do I seem? Agent 13, angry. Look, Steve, can you just stop that? I'm getting dizzy just looking at you. I don't believe that for a second. You wouldn't get dizzy staring on a moving helicopter blade, but only you would actually try to do that. I'm sorry, Sharon, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around why my ex-girlfriend is here. Was something wrong with my annual evaluation? No, it's not like that. Look, it's not just you. Shield wants personal liaisons for all government-funded operatives. Right. They're just starting with me and just happened to pick you for the job. Actually, I volunteered. Why? Maybe because I thought you needed someone who'd treat you like a person, not a living legend wouldn't pee their pants just to meet you. And maybe I thought you would open up to me more than you did to that therapist in your annual evaluation, which I read, by the way. And you're lucky that guy didn't know you as well as I used to, or you might not have your security clearance levels right now. What's that supposed to mean? It means that SHIELD may not be worried about you yet, Steve. But I am. You're worried about me? You're Sharon Carter, right? Not a life model decoy. Stop it. I'm being serious here. Your actions have been a little extreme lately. Take the incident last week, for example. Last week, those men were terrorists. They killed the driver on the B train and had his boots packed with C4 and chemical waste. They were going to set off a dirty bomb at the end of the line and turn Coney Island into a wasteland. And we're going to a flashback of Cap taking down some terrorists on a train. Get him! Hold your ground, damn it! And a couple of just, Cap, a couple of panels of Cap doing a couple of action panels with Cap doing what Cap does best, protecting everyone. Not yet, you don't. No, Toy Story 4 comes out in 2019. Incredibles 2 comes out next year. So, oh God, thank you. Thank you. Don't thank me. You're just not getting off that easy. Listen to me, scum. You're going to defuse that bomb down there right now, or we're both going to ride it into the sunset. I'm fairly certain I survived. How about you? Reckless taking risks like that? We got incredibly lucky that copter went down in the river. It wasn't luck and it wasn't reckless. I got the job done. Yes, and you broke 4 bones in one suspect's face, putting him into a coma, while 2 others died falling from that train, one of whom landed on a minivan and caused 4 other serious injuries. You're right, Sharon. I should have just let them blow up the train. That would have been better. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Look, Steve, I know it's different now. I know it's a new world. I'm on the front lines in it, just like you are. But the man I knew didn't hit that hard unless he had to. It seems to me that ever since the Red Skull escaped last month, you've been more on edge, more violent. You know what I you know what I see when I dream, Sharon? I see war. My war. After all this time, I still dream about foxholes in the Black Forest. Still hear the screams of terrified soldiers, smell their blood and tears. It hardly seemed fair after so much time has passed in the world that in my dream it's still 1944. Steve, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. I really am fine, Sharon. It's just been a rough couple of months. I know. Hey, listen, did you really tell Nick Fury you wanted to join the space program? No, not exactly. I told him I feel guilty when I think of all those men who died trying to reach the stars. That it should have been me taking those risks. That's what I was built for, after all. Boy, talk about carrying the weight of the world. You truly are one of a kind, Steve Rogers. Check in with you in a week or two, and you know how to get in touch with me otherwise, right? Of course. Oh, and Fury wants to know how you like your new place. It's perfect, and more importantly, it's private. I like neighbors, but I can't be putting innocent people at risk. So, okay, sorry about that, folks. I don't know how that happened. No, it wasn't no commercial break. Apparently, the live feed just like shut down on me. Sorry about that, guys. Let me continue. So, no problems with the hollow walls? Not so far. Listen, Sharon, about that Coney Island thing, has Shield figured out who those men were yet? Yes, and that's the strange part. They're part of a branch of AIM that's supposed to be defunct, and we still have no idea what their motive was. The one who can still talk doesn't know, says the ringleader's the guy you put into the coma, and still no word on the skull? Not a peep, but he's got to surface sometime, and when he does, we'll get him. I'm supposed to be optimistic one? Safe trip. Sure, I'll just remember to stay away from elevated train tracks. You're out there somewhere, Skull. And when I find you, you think you're safe in your new secret home in the shadow of your Brooklyn Bridge, where no one's the quiet man down in the street, really, Captain America. But I'll always be able to find you, Rogers. I could put a bullet between your eyes any time I want, and you'll never see it coming. But that would be too easy. I need to make you suffer, because you do it so well, Rogers. Suffering, I mean. And that's our old destiny, after all. The two of us locked in eternal combat down through the years, keeping each other miserable. What would we even be without the other? I suppose it's time we found out. But before you die, I promise you, you will know suffering on a whole new level. When I strip your life of all meaning, you'll beep beep. Ah, General Lucan, how amusing that you should call at this very moment. Yes, I'm afraid your sources were correct. I'm holding it as we speak, though it was barely the power to keep itself together right now. But soon that will be put right. No, don't be a fool. I told you once there was nothing you had to offer me. That you're a powerful man. I'm well aware of that, General. But the time of your power making a difference is coming to an end. What? You're sorry? You're sorry I feel that way? Is that a threat, General? Maybe you're more of a fool man, then. And then, out of the dark, Red Skull gets assassinated from the back. Mission accomplished, General. The cube is yours. The Red Skull? No, no trouble at all, sir. Got him in the crosshairs and took the shot. Yes, sir. He's dead. So, Red Skull just got assassinated, and no one knows who the assailant is. So let's continue on. Hold on. Refreshing. The lady for the. At least you didn't have to make an. Yeah, at least I didn't have to make a new stream because I did not want to do that. But I still don't know why it just like shut down on me for some reason. It was just odd. But let's continue. What's going on? Why hasn't he made the call? He'll call. But it's been over an hour since he was supposed to I don't like this. Just sitting on our hands waiting with all this. I just don't like it. Something must have happened. Why else would he be here? Cowards. If he could hear you, you'd be signing your own death warrants. So just do as you were ordered, and don't make me waste one of my and don't make me waste one of you for getting on my nerves. Nothing's happened. He'll call when he's ready, and then we have our fun. If you're wondering what's going on, I guess we're in a ton. Yeah, somewhere beneath under Manhattan, and Crossbones is speaking with his fellow henchmen. We're pinned down, Cap. What do we do? Just hang tight, Bucky. Here comes the cavalry. Move, let's move. Oh, this is I guess is a flashback to Cap back in the old days. Cap, got a little trouble here. Bucky! Oh God, hang on. I'll have you to a medic in no time. Just hang on. Really had them on the run, didn't we, Steve? Sorry to. No! No! Damn it! No! No! Yep, it was just a little dream sequence for Steve. Okay, what the hell battle was that? Seems so familiar, but not right. Not right at all. Bucky never got shot in the belly. And he gets a beeping at 2:35 in the morning. My gosh. Rogers, Steve, it's Sharon. Twice in one day. What's up? You're needed on the helicarrier. ASAP. What is it? I'll brief you on the ride. Meet me on your roof in 2 minutes. I'll be waiting. And so we're on the Shield helicarrier with Nick Fury. So I'm assuming Agent 13 filled you in on the basics? Yes, but I'll believe it when I see it, and probably not even then, honestly. I know what you mean, but it's real, Rogers. The skull got killed tonight. Only thing stopping me from reporting that to the UN immediately is the forensics, which is one of the reasons I needed you here. My DNA? Yeah, policy is to destroy your blood samples after your checkups, to prevent just this problem, so I've got to go to the source. Oh god, I almost forgotten that monster was living inside a clone of you, Steve. Yeah, I hadn't. You're telling me he was shot through the heart? I'm not telling you anything. That's what happened. High-powered sniper round would have been dead before he hit the floor. This isn't him. It's some kind of trick. Anyone can walk in front of a bullet, Rogers. We both know that. Still, only one way to prove it, as I said. Doctor, would you take a DNA sample from the captain here? Oh, of course, Colonel Fury. I mean, if that's, okay with... Do it. If that really is him, what was he doing in New York? The skull is never any place without a reason. We don't know that yet. He was found in a penthouse on the Upper West Side. It was mostly unfurnished, rented until a fake name. You just happened to find him? No, someone called in, a tip to the cops. We scrambled their line and got there first to keep a lid on it. I want to see that crime scene now. Of course you do. Glass was bullet resistant, but that doesn't matter with high velocity rounds. Near as we can tell, he was on the phone when he got hit. Found his cell lying here. The lab is going over it, but it was secure. Didn't keep records of in or outgoing calls. May not get anything useful. I don't like this, Fury. This feels like a setup. I think it's real. That face, you can't make something like that twice. Not that exact. This... Steve, what is it? It's disguise. Yeah, one thing about having a skull for a face, it's easy to wear a fake one and blend in. That's not what I mean. I saw this man on the street yesterday. He was watching me. Maybe it really is him. Hold on. Yeah, flashback. They call him the Red Skull. He's Hitler's strong right hand, a Nazi icon made to spread terror across Europe and the rest of the world, like a boogeyman to send Jewish children into screaming fits at bedtime. And needless to say, he's been an effective tool, a bit too effective, which is why we decided to cut your training a bit short, Rogers. What do you need me? What do you need from me, General Phillips? What do I need? I need for you to serve your country in a way we never thought you had to, Rogers. But you're the only one of your kind now, so it falls to you. I just pray you're ready for the responsibility. My gut tells me you are, though, soldier. So let's go see what this new uniform the Army put together for you looks like. Steve, I was created because of him, in a way. Colonel Fury, we've got something here. Would like would like to tell me what display case is for, by any chance? Can't be sure yet, but this device attached to the outside of it was some kind of next generation receiver. Receiving receiving what? Don't know yet, but I can tell you one thing. It's got several open feeds right now, like it's waiting for something. We reversed the signal and got a trace on one of the feeds right away. It's here in Manhattan. You sure this is the best, the two of us? We have no idea what the skull was up to. We go barreling in with a whole shield assault team and we could just make things worse. The two of us have much of a better chance of getting in unseen and assessing the situation. Or I can do this on my own if you rather wait here. You don't have to get snitty. I just would have brought a little backup, that's all. I'm certainly not going to let you go into this on your own. Let's not get started down that path again. I'm well aware that Fury thinks you're babysitting me. That's not what anyone thinks at all. Oh? Then what's his hidden agenda this time out? Or did or did you think I wouldn't notice all those meaningful glances between you two tonight? I don't want to talk about this. Let's just concentrate on Sharon. Fine. He wants me to find out if you killed the skull. What? I know, I told him there was no way. No matter what's going on inside your head right now, you aren't an assassin, and you never will be. And let's not forget that there's a very little chance there's really the Red Skull being autopsied on the helicarrier. Okay, but if it's not, then why are we trudging through underground tunnels in the middle of the night? And to think I've forgotten how frustrating you can be. Something ahead of us. This could be it. You got a head count? Let you know in a minute. You know. And so Cap does a little stealth work. You know who I am? Yes. What is this on your arm? AID. Advanced Ideas in Destruction. Working for the Skull? Yes, but I'm just a... Larry, you need any... Hey! And Cap gets caught. So much for getting in unseen, I guess. Stay behind me. What the hell? It's Agent 13. I repeat, we are taking hostile fire. I need that tactical assault team now. Not on my watch, you don't. Him? How the hell did he find us? Set it off! Throw the switch, now! What in God's name is that? Some kind of bomb? I'm going to guess firebase, thanks to our friend here. Steve, it's active. He must have hit the timer when he slammed into it. How do we deactivate it? I wish I knew. Oh wait, I do. What? These guys are rogue aim, right? When have you ever run into an aim device that could have run without massive amounts of power? Probably part of why they had it down in these old tunnels. Had it hooked right into the grid. So this was the Skull's plan to set off some kind of insane electrical firebomb in the heart of the city. Sounds like him, but to what end other than mass murder? That's not enough? Not for the Skull. Not usually. Agent 13 to Colonel Fury. We need a science team down here now. Found a mean-looking WMD of some kind. It's neutralized for now, but we got bigger problems than that, Agent. Got a weird energy signature off that glass case, so we ran a thermal scan, and now we know what was inside. A cosmic cube. Which means whoever killed the Red Skull tonight has got it. But we still have no idea who that is. So Crossbones escapes out of his sewers and decides to make a phone call. It's me. No, we didn't get a call either. But now I know why. Because somebody killed him. I don't know how, but they did. Well, what the hell do you think you should do, idiots? Set your freaking timer and call Paris and tell them to do the same thing. He may not be here to see it, but this world is gonna burn tonight in his memory. Oh, Crossbones is such a terrorist. So that was issue 2. Let's continue going on. So we got through 2 issues in like half an hour. We'll do 6. We'll do the first 6 chapters of the book because I don't want to. I feel like I know it's a school night for most of the people tonight. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this, but I gotta respect you guys, privacy and time. So before I begin. I know I don't have that many people in the chat right now. Pokemon Ranger 658. Thanks for sticking around, by the way. I know most people probably are in bed, sleeping. I blame my tardiness for this. He said the Red Skull is dead? Yeah, but he didn't say how. He knew, or those were his exact words? I don't know. Yeah. He said someone killed him, and that's why he hadn't called. And he said he would set the timer on the device and tell Paris to set theirs. Wants to go ahead and blow these places to hell as a memorial, I guess. You should have called me to the comm system. This can't be. My Johan, this. So, you're in charge? What should we do? Just let me think a moment. I can't even get my... Did you just hear... Was that gunfire? And back on the shield helicarrier. Estimated time of arrival is 1 hour and 20 minutes, so I want to know exactly what we're looking at here. Containment levels, civilian traffic, everything. And someone give me a link up with whoever's handling the London team. They should be inside by now. Yes, ma'am. I'll get on it. Agent Heinberg has been working on the data for our strike. Right. The trace from the Skull's receiver appears to be tracking to this location, and if the Manhattan device is any indication, it'll be underground. And unfortunately, this is Avenue Foch along the Champs along the Champs Elysees. So we're looking at a serious target-rich environment if this goes badly. Hold that thought, Heimberg. I need to get some tactical insight. Walk with me. Tactical insight? What's up? You look like you're in another time zone, Steve. I know this has been a hell of a night and it just keeps getting worse, but I need you to be focused when we hit Paris. Sharon, I'm just tired, a lot on my mind. Look, I've got this. Why don't you take a break, catch a few minutes shut eye, or grab a cup of coffee? You call me? The second Fury gets in touch. Scout's honor. Come on, Rogers. Wake up. What's your problem? And another flashback for Steve. All clear so far. Think we think we got a bum tip? British intelligence was certain Zima was planning something, Bucky, or they wouldn't have sent us in undercover like, ah, Cap. Don't waste your tears, boy. He has suffered more than some cracked lips. Isn't that so, Captain America? Takes him! Why did I just remember that? That final mission before my deep freeze, before Bucky. Wait, is it? Captain, you're in there? What is it? Agent 13 needs you on the command deck now. We're just getting word from our squad in London. So, London about half an hour ago. No problem. Don't go to sleep until I feel like it. Also, K-Wing stream. Yeah, I remember K-Wing is streaming tonight at. He's streaming tonight at 11. Grumpy Gaming. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. What's up? OGR, thank you for stopping in. Grumpy Gaming, thank you for coming by. Spider Boy, thank Patricia Rivera. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, how many are you guys really here? Cairo and hold on one sec. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, okay, because oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Cairo, Grumpy Gaming, Patricia Rivera, Spider Boy. No, because the reason why I was asking if you guys were here because there were moments where I go into a chat room and it could bring up it could bring up a chat feed from different things. But make sure to drop a like, guy. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. I'm glad to see that you're here. Jack Elite Game Studios. Thank you guys so much for being here. I thought no one really was gonna show up because it's 9:40 and I'm thinking some people, are sleeping right now. So far, the only person that was around was Pokemon Ranger and Blue Beetle and this other person named the Space Ranger. Donuts 321. What's up? All right, thank you guys for being here. So let me continue. Just stop transmitting the signal entirely, like someone turned off a switch. Well, that's just bloody perfect, isn't it? Sir, I've got a dead body here. Looks like one of the group we're after. Advanced ideas and destruction. Sleep is for the sleep is for the weak, but still, sleep is necessary. More of the same, more of the same down this ruin. Bloody hell! Someone slaughtered a lot of them. Right, give us a recon of the area. See if any of these geezers are still breathing. And please tell me the bleeding firebomb is down here someplace. Had an old friend of yours on loan from the British government leading the mission. Union Jack. It's been a while. That it has. And I wish I had better news for you. You didn't find the Skull's men? We found them all right, but somebody else found them first. Cut them to pieces. And to top it off, appears they snatched the bomb we were sent in after. Two items of interest. Found a soldier among the dead that appears to be from the group who led the attack. Here's this image. And I found this one personally in what I'm assuming was their command center. Anybody you know? Her name is Mother Knight. She worked for the Red Skull, one of his lieutenants. All right, cordon off the area until our tech arrive. Hopefully they can figure out where this mystery soldier is from and get a lead on the device. Agent 13 out. The Cosmic Cube and one of the Skull's WMDs on the loose. This night just gets better and better. Let's just Let's just hope we're in time to stop anything else from going wrong. Advance chopper to strike leader. Go for it, strike leader. Scanner showed the device on the move and we got a visual on the scene. Looks like our target is making a run for it. No, someone else is trying to get in on the action. That's an AIM hoverjet. The Skullsmen don't work for them anymore. I got this. Steve! And of course, a few action shots of Cap. Open fire! Kill him! And here we have Cap taking on a bunch of AIM agents. I'm about to say we didn't get the AIM agents in whatchamacallit in the MCU until I realized Aldrich Killian was working for AIM, the Advanced Ideal Mechanics. But they didn't have them in in their traditional yellow hazmat suits. But still, it was good to see the AIM soldiers in there somewhere. But anyway, now which one of you wants to tell me what's going on here? Wow, Fury's gonna love this. What? At the 2 hours later on the Shield subcarrier, had the WMD in their ship, but they swore up and down they had nothing to do with the London attack. Said they were taking back their own property, that this breakoff faction had stolen their design and sold it to the Skull. And what do they know about the cube? Nothing. And our search confirmed their ignorance. There was no sign of anyone living or dead anywhere near where the WMD was set to blow. Looks like the Skull's men cut and run when they didn't hear from him, leaving the package for their just old pals to grab. Alright, we got some news on our side of the water, but not much. DNA confirms the dead man is the Red Skull, but we tracked no luck tracing the police tip that called in the body. So for now, all we know is someone's got the cube, and a device created to help charge it. It's more than we knew yesterday. A comfortable thought, isn't it? Look, we're in a holding pattern right now, so why don't you handle the cleanup there and then take a night off? Probably the last chance you'll get some R&R anytime soon. Just do me a favor, Rogers, and try to stay off the frickin' news for a change. Thanks for the company, Steve. I know it's ridiculous considering everything going on around us, but Fury never gives me time off anywhere good. My last free night was in Afghanistan, and that's exactly a place where they know how to treat a lady. I'll bet. You deserve a night, at least. You've been on the clock even longer than I have today. I just wish I was better company. Hey, me too, but a girl can only ask for so much. Kidding. So the way you're looking around, I'm guessing this city brings back a lot of memories? Yeah, I was first here a long time ago, in August of 1944. My friends and I worked with the French resistance during the uprising here. We were already in France as part of Operation Dragoon. So we worked our way up from the south and we met the leaders from the Maquis to help plan the attack. I've seen a lot of combat, and I've seen a lot before I got to France. But the savagery inflicted on these people, I never saw anything like it until we got to Buchenwald. That's why it really galls me when I hear my own people dismissing the French as cowards. We're talking about a people who never gave up fighting the Nazi occupation. Their country may have surrendered, but they didn't. I saw men and women, civilians, take on panzer divisions, knowing that their own loved ones were being slaughtered in retribution by the Nazis. In one day alone, 600 men, women, and children executed in the village of Ordar-sur-Glane, all because of what the Maquis did on D-Day, stopping those tanks from getting to Normandy. Have you ever seen 600 bodies in one place? Of course you have, but I hadn't until then. So we were proud to help them take back Paris. The victory party came right down this way and up through the champs. My friends and I watched from the sidelines. It was their day, not ours. But I never forgot what they paid to get it, which is probably why this has always been one of my favorite cities. I forget how worldly you are sometimes, Steve Rogers. I know you do, Sharon Carter. Hey, look, there's another reason. Why? Maybe feeling any better? A little. I mean, our mission wasn't exactly a success, but at least we stopped AIM from getting their hands on a weapon of mass destruction. That's something, right? It's a start. Yeah, it's just the beginning, isn't it? Whatever's going on, this is all just the beginning. Was the scene earlier today in Paris as Captain America was caught on video in combat with the terror group AIM. And though there was considerable damage to the area, French President Chirac this evening praised the actions of America's hero. Look at that. Even the friggin' French love that guy. Of course they do. He's the real thing, man. I should know. I used to work with him. Sure you did, Jack. Just like you saw Elvis before he was famous. Worked for Captain America. Right. I did. I was his freaking partner. Easy on the glassware, Jack. Just chill out. Get your hands off of me. What's with him? That guy? Been drinking here for about a year now. Always one crazy story after the other. Big chip on his shoulder. Kinda sad, really. Freaking Curtis. I'll show that son of a Jack Monroe? Yeah, what? Don't do I know you? No. And this guy gets assassinated. Leaves so that's that we'll take a small little halfway point break. So I haven't read the story completely all the way, but hope you guys are enjoying the live read so far. I'm willing to take any questions for now as we as we chillax for a moment. Not sure how many people are still in the chat room, but thank you, thank you. I'm also gonna need a I'm also gonna need a thumbnail for this. And what do you think of Captain America and Infinity War? And what do you think Avengers 4 will be about? Um, okay. Captain America having a beard in Infinity War looks. I think that's a great different take on things, as well as Black Widow being blonde. But I'm interested to see what Cap is gonna do in Infinity War. I know from the first trailer he's with Black Panther, Hulk, and Winter Soldier in Wakanda fighting off Thanos' army. And regarding Avengers 4, I really have no idea what to expect because, this whole thing with the MCU introducing, Iron Man and then starting off with the Avengers, and then from the end of the Avengers, we've been waiting for this big final battle with Thanos. And then once that happens, who knows where we can go from here. And of course, we still have that the Fox and Marvel deal that just went happen. So now that the Disney and Fox deal. Whew. Now that Disney has the rights to use the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, maybe they can finally broaden their horizons with bringing new stories and new characters into the MCU, and then we could probably get a decent Fantastic Four movie. Because I loved the 2000s Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba with Chris Evans playing the Human Torch. Those movies were good. Silver Rise of the Silver Surfer was very anti to an extent, but other than that, I prefer those movies over Fan Four Stick or Fantastic Four from 2015. That movie was terrible, so terrible. But any other questions so far? I'm surprised I went through the first three chapters of this book in 49 minutes. Sorry if I'm just. This is no disrespect to you guys. I'm just speaking to someone. So, anyone still have any questions they want to ask? If there aren't any other questions, I guess we could move on. All right, sorry about that. Just wanted to message my thumbnail. I'm someone I have who makes thumbnails for me. All right, let's continue on to issue 4. And if we do move a little bit quicker than expected, then maybe we could finish, issues. We could do the first 7 chapters of the story, and then we'll do the last 6 the next time around. Anyway, did I turn to the right page? Oops, I lost my. All right, here we go. All right, so chapter 4. Sorry, so sorry for that. All right, so now we're in the New York Financial District. I wonder how long. Let's see how long this will take. You're taking care of it. Is it done? Perfect. I'll put in the call to Mr. Cross as soon as I get out of my meeting. Continue as planned until I contact you again. Excuse me. What are you doing, Alec? There's so much at stake right now, and you're making it more complicated. The assassin of Comrade Karpov's that damned cube you took from that faces. You worry too much, Leon. It's all part of the plan. And the cube is under my control, though the skull was right. It's got only a few drops of power left. Still, it's enough for my purposes for the present. That thing, no good can come of it, I tell you. It's fitting, then, that I've got nothing good planned for it. Now, my friend, are you going to play nursemaid all day, or are you going to help me take over an energy conglomeraate? And we're back with Steve. What is it, Sharon? Sorry to disappoint, Rogers. I know I'm good looking, but I'm no Agent 13. Fury, what's going on? Did something happen to Sharon? She's fine. I just got a call from CID that you need to know about, and her security clearance doesn't cover this one. What is it? I'm sending through the images now. Are they expecting me? They are. We fly you in, but this is a U.S. military matter, so I've got to keep S.H.I.E.L.D. at arm's length unless they invite us in. I can find my own way. You think this ties into the Skull's death? I hate to make assumptions, but the timing is a big coincidence if it's not. Watch your back down there, soldier. Tony, it's Steve. Sorry to call early, but I need your fastest jet waiting at LaGuardia in 10 minutes. Oh, you can always count on Tony to deliver. Ugh, just the two of us, Nick? Kind of a small briefing, isn't it? Yes, and there's a reason for that, Sharon. Just had a development in the Skull case that I want to keep under wraps until we know more. Okay, but shouldn't Steve be here for at least? He's got his hands full this morning already. But even if he didn't, he's one of the people I want to keep this information away from for now. You better just get to the explanation phase of this meeting, I think. Early this morning, a sniper rifle was found inside a suitcase in the baggage turnstile at Dulles International. Ballistics checks showed it to be the weapon that killed the Skull. Wow, that's big. It gets bigger. There's prints on it, cleans one, and that's where it turns ugly. The prints belong to Jack Monroe, who I believe you met a long time ago. He was the buck. He was the Bucky from the 50s. The crazy one. Wait. So Cap had more than one partner? I thought Bucky was his only partner, and then later on, Falcon would be his partner. Wow. The more you know, right? Right, except when you were off the books, S.H.I.E.L.D. was able to cure him and put him back into society. Cap helped him make the transition and took him on as a partner for a while. He even took up Cap's one-time identity, Nomad. But Jack didn't have a smooth road. He's got a temper and he's been pushed over the edge more than once. At one point, he was even brainwashed into becoming some character called Scourge, killed a few costume criminals. We haven't heard from him for years, though, until now. When his fingerprints turn up on our murder weapon, a little convenient, isn't it? It is, just like that phone tip calling the skull's body. What do you want me to do? Well, another little piece of convenience is that Monroe had a brief career as a shield op, and so we got the ability to track him if we need to. Technology's primitive by today's standard, but there's a GPS tracker in his shoulder that now not that he knows about, though he was just getting vaccinated. You sneaky little that's my job description, isn't it? Fury is always so sneaky and so screwy. I don't know how he does it. Anyway, like I said, the device is a dinosaur, but we can get him to within a few miles. You want me to find him? I do, but don't move on him. Just get close and keep him under watch. If he's our guy, he's got to be working for someone else. And if he's not our guy, then someone is playing with us. Either way, I'd like to find out who. I'll have the GPS transferred to your handheld en route. Right, I'll call in when I've got something. Colonel Fury, I've got the surveillance tapes from duels for you. Great. Any progress on identifying the body they found in London yet? Nothing so far, sir. Interpol is stalling us for some reason. Right. Get their director on the horn. I've been needing to scream at someone all morning anyway. Oh, Fury. Did they tell you who these men were? War heroes. Oh, sorry. Did they tell you who these men were? They said you should be contacted. I assumed it was a bit more than that. So, who were they? They were Captain America. So, pretty much, Cap is in Virginia in a cemetery. Apparently, some people's cemeteries have been decimated. William Nuslin originally went by the name The Spirit of 76. He was the lone American in a group of British heroes during the war. The Invaders and I had a run-in with them once, the details of which are probably better left unsaid. But even after that debacle, after his team broke up, Nuslin continued fighting for the Allies. I had a lot of respect for him, respect he earned. Jeff Mace was known as the Patriot back then. Spent war years on the home front fighting Nazi spies and dissidents. He was a good friend of my partner Bucky Barnes. He may not have been overseas in the trenches, but he saved a lot of American lives, including mine, once. I'm sorry, you said they were both Captain America? Yes, after me. When Bucky and I were both MIA, presumed dead, the war was still on. The tide had turned, but President Roosevelt didn't want our GIs losing faith when they heard rumors of my death. So Nuslin and a boy named Fred Davis took our place. Of course, Davis was years too young to nearly fool anyone. Bucky was nearly 21 by the time we disappeared, but no one noticed. People believe what they want to. Yes, they do. President Kennedy's buried down there. Is President Kennedy's buried down this way? Yeah, you have to walk past this area to get there, actually. That's appropriate. Why? Because these men saved him during his first campaign for the Senate. William Nuslin died saving him, died wearing my uniform. That's how Jeff Mace became the next Captain America. He finished the job Nuslin started that day, and because of them, Kennedy lived long enough to become president, long enough to change the country for the better. I wish I'd been there to see it. The civil rights movement, the race to the moon. You're lucky to have lived then, Lieutenant Keller. I was actually born in 1973, sir. Really? Yes, sir. Sorry. So, any ideas why someone would vandalize these men's graves? No one even knows who they were, except for top-level brass, right? Yes, all these would have been highly classified. So then this is a shot at you, right? I'm afraid so. And when I figure out who it's a shot from, I'll let you know. Desecrating graves. Who besides the skull will go that low? Or is this just more of his final orders being carried out? Like London and Paris? No. If it was the skull, they wouldn't have left Bucky's headstone alone. So who will it be to die first, Herr Captain? Who will sit by while his comrade screams his last I wonder. What is that? Why would I? As Cap is driving his motorcycle, he gets attacked by crossbones from the outside without even knowing. Shots fired. Get it together, Rogers. Someone's setting you up. Crossbones. He did this. Or perhaps I would take this one's eye instead of like you took my face from me. Would you like to watch that? No! Wrong with you screaming like some baby. I'm just getting started, pal. Better save some of that. Now that's more like it. Get the hell away from him, Zemo, you sick! What are these memories? Someone's getting inside my head. Can't keep them out. Leave him alone! So pretty much it's going back and forth as Cap is fighting Crossbones. He's also getting flashback memories of the war. This is pathetic. You're pathetic. You're the coward. Has to cheat. Has to face grave markers. What? What'd you just say to me? Get it straight, Starman. I'm here for one thing. Revenge. The Skull ain't here to take his own, so I gotta be his hands. Coward. Ah, damn it. Freaking son of a... I didn't go to no graveyard. Some Russian guy just called and told me where I could find you today. But this is way too easy. I ain't taking you out like this. You tell that Russian too. Tell him he messed with the wrong hombre. Russian? Can you triangulate that signal now, Control? Not much more than we already have. We should be within a block of him from what I can tell. Sure, it just took me all day. Agent 13 out. Okay, Sharon, this is where all that spy training kicks in, right? If I were an ex-sidekick gone psycho, where would I be? Somewhere with a decent view of approaching cops and feds, right? Broken lock. Oh, this is too easy. Easy, girl. Remember, Fury said just get an eyeball and then back off. As soon as Sharon is going to make a move, she gets attacked blindsidedly, knocked out by a guy with an iron fist. Not the iron fist. Well, I wouldn't call it iron. Someone with a metal arm. And of course, we already know who that is. But, you know, for those who don't know, let's just keep it under wraps, shall we? So now we're on to issue number 5. Hold that thought. So how are you guys liking the story so far? Mm. If there's anyone still in the chat room. Oh, no one is here. But still, we'll still continue with the story. Who knows? Maybe I might be able to get to. Maybe we might do part 7. Maybe. All right. On to part 5. Just checking to see how long it will be, or how long it will take. All right, let's begin. Sure you don't want to have one of our docs take a look at you, Rogers? I'm fine, Fury. I've been hit by the Hulk. This is nothing. I just want some answers for a change. Someone's been pulling my strings, and I don't like it one bit. I might be able to help you there. A little, you said. You said Crossbones mentioned something about a Russian. Yeah? Well, it took some leverage, but I finally got Interpol to cough up an ID on that dead soldier we found in London. Turns out he's part of a whole regiment of ex-Soviet soldiers that fell off the map in the mid-90s, along with their general, Alexander Lukin. Name rings any bell? Should it? Probably not. Lucan was career military, major Cold War player. Apparently didn't like all the changes after the collapse. Mm, I feel like I'm speaking with a lisp. So he and his men went rogue. The next year we see him is 3 years ago as the head of an international corporation with offices in every major metropolitan city in the civilized world. And you think this is the man who killed the skull? Who's had us running blind? Why? Who can say? Power? Isn't that what most of them are about? No, this is personal. You saw those graves in Arlington. That was meant for me. My file on Lucan is thin, Steve. Most of what I've got is recent. Just since the Cronus Corporation emerged. Even the KGB didn't take tabs on him. Apparently he was a protege of one of their big mucky mucks. Some guy named Karpov. Vasily Karpov? Think so, yeah. Wait, did you say the Kronaz Corporation? What is it? Kronaz was a small village in Russia, not too far from Stalingrad. Never heard of the place. You wouldn't have. It's not there anymore. But that's where I last saw Vasily Kropov. Another flashback. Oh my gosh, it's all in a different language. Cap, incoming. Danky, fire in the hole. Panzer's out for the count. How do we do? All aces, Cap. Not so much as a scratch, too. We don't execute prisoners, you friggin' easy, Bucky, easy. Now, soldier. This man was a cousin to me. He brought shame on our country to fight for our enemy. He was no longer Russian. So you just shoot him in the head? Let it go, Bucky. This isn't what we're here for. Let's just make sure we get at least one prisoner back to the camp. The Hugh was short for the Hilswivich were volunteer soldiers, Russian prisoners, or deserters fighting alongside the Nazis against their own people. It was just one part of what made the Russians' front uglier than what we were used to. The snow and ice were another part. We were camped 10 miles west of Kalak, which the Russians had recently redecamped, and Stalin's forces were able to launch Operations Uranus to trap the entire Nazi invasion in, invasion in for the winter with no supply lines and no way home. But word has leaked that the Germans had some kind of secret super weapon nearby that were waiting to spring. The invaders have been sent in to find out what this weapon was and to make sure it didn't stop the Russian op from going off as planned. Colonel Vasily Karpov was the Russian officer in charge of our mission, and I didn't like him. Tell us where the weapon is, Nazi vermin, and I'll stop him before he shows you your insides. Please, please no. I will tell what I know. Of course you will. They always do, don't they, Combat Captain? I wouldn't know. Any word, Cap? Yeah, Karpov's tactics aren't to my taste, but he's getting results. Our target is a small village named Kronaz, a few clicks north of here. The Nazis have control of the area, and whatever this weapon is being heavily guarded by some of our kind. You mean? The soldier hadn't seen anything firsthand, Jim. He's just repeating rumors. But it sounds like there's at least one Nazi there who can fly. It's a good. It's good then that we got 3 flyers to bring down. I'm counting on that. But how are you holding up with the weather, Namor? Toro's been shivering all day. It's cold as hell, sure, but it won't keep us out of the air. Good to hear. Now get some rest while you can. We get Kronaz in an hour. Captain, I see you are more like me than perhaps you think, if you say so. You don't like our ways. How easy is it for you to judge us? When Nazis control half of Washington, D.C., when they turn your own brothers against you, then you can judge. Oh, what's up, Larry? Yeah, I'm so excited for tomorrow, too. I'm looking forward to it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take off for a quick second. Where did I leave off? Oh, well, maybe if your leader hadn't been so obligating when they invaded Poland, you wouldn't have the wolves at your door like this. So your men will be ready for what comes next? We'll be ready. You just remember, we may be in charge here, but if you want to live to see the sunset, you'll follow my orders tomorrow. So the morning so the morning found us with the Karpov's handpicked NKVD squad hiding on the outskirts of Kronaz. While our advanced scout cleared the way, which is the real secret of what Bucky was, the official story said he was a symbol to counter the rise of Hitler Youth. And there was some truth to that, but like all things in war, there was a darker truth underneath. Bucky did the things I couldn't. I was the icon, I wore the flag. But while I gave the speeches to troops in the trenches, he was doing what he'd been trained to do, and he was highly trained. He wouldn't have been out there with us if he wasn't. Blue Jay to Eagle, we are go for launch. With the perimeter guard out, we should have been able to waltz right in, but we didn't get that lucky. No, hold your fire! Suddenly the alarm is raised and it all goes to hell. It's almost like they were expecting us not to start crawling out the woodwork, along with something far worse, Masterman, Hitler's personal super soldier. We've been expecting him, or something like him, of course. So pretty much it's a flashback of an operation that Cap did in Russia, and he was being helped by not Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. There was a Human Torch before him, and this Human Torch was an android, along with Namor the Submariner, the first mutant. No, not the first mutant. The first mutant in comics, if I should say. We face threats like this all the time. I can only imagine what this kind of combat looks like to Russians. They've been fighting a war of attrition over each block of Stalingrad and every acre of their countryside, and now there were men doing battle in the sky above them, men on fire. Finding the secret weapon wasn't a problem. We just looked for where the Nazi guards were the heaviest in number and made for that. Bucky, machine gun, 12 o'clock, take it! Careful, Buck, we don't know what's... Get down! What the hell is in there? Whoa, Cap, look! I had a few seconds to surely survey the damage the Nazi superweapon had done, to realize what it would probably do to anything else that got in its way. And then it was back with a vengeance. Move now! Let's go! Go! Its beams tore through houses and people indiscriminately, and through the flames I saw the ringleader of this little band of terror, the Red Skull behind the controls. I realized later he was setting the self-destruct on the device, knowing that he was outnumbered and his cause was lost. So he was creating the biggest distraction he could to cover his escape. Skull! Damn his eyes. Cap. Let him run. We gotta help these people. Which is exactly what the Skull knew we'd do. Namor and the Torches broke off their battle with Masterman to help get the fire under control. And he and the Red Skull disappeared. While we tried to stop Kronaz from burning to the ground, the Torch absorbed as much of the fire as he could, and he and Toro melted the snow in the sky into a hard rainfall. But it was too far gone. The fire had spread too quickly. Karpov, though, was less worried about the innocent villagers than he was about what the Skull had left behind. And when the Skull's booby trap went off, his men along with the Nazi weapon. Damn you, you fool! Hasn't there been enough death today? You do not understand. You cannot. You and the Germans, you have your super soldiers, your secret weapons, but we Russians, we have nothing but our winter. A year, an hour later, on our way back to England to take our report and try to pick up the Skull's trail. The last I saw was Vasily Karpov. He was wandering through what was left of Kronaz, surveying the damage I'm sure he blamed on me. So what were you thinking? I don't know. Could all of this, the Skull's death, the cube, be some kind of long-distance revenge of Karpov? I don't think so, Steve. Karpov died nearly 20 years ago, while you were still on ice. Remember, he was high-ranking KGB, so he probably heard through one source or another that you died in 45. Yeah, that. What's wrong? Not sure. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, something's messing with my mind, my memories. It may be the cube. I'm not sure. but that's one reason I contacted you tonight. I need transport somewhere. I need to see if reality and my memories match up or not. Of course, I'll send an order to the flight and deck right now. Care to tell me where you're headed? Actually, no, I don't. You rang? Yeah, call down to flight deck 1 and tell him to give Roger a hyperjet. Take him wherever he needs to go. And then see why Agent 13 hasn't called in a progress report yet? Yes, sir. Is there something else, Teresa? Did you show him the file? Jesus, aren't you getting enough gossip listening in on my private line? Apparently not. No, I didn't show him the file. I want to be 100% sure about this before I destroy his world. If that's okay with you. Dang. See, even Fury's acting so Fury is always acting so shifty. My gosh. Okay, so and then we'll move on. So we're on to chapter 6. So we'll take a little bit of a break. Little bit. Just want to see how long this chapter is. But my gosh. But yeah, so for those who don't know, tomorrow I will be doing. There's gonna be a hangout with me and a couple of friends of mine's, and a couple of friends of mine's who are members of that hashtag show. And what that hashtag show is, I recommend that you subscribe to them. So that hashtag show is a YouTube channel. They keep up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. That's pretty much their tagline, for instance. So anything they're on the up and up of everything movie related, comic book related, TV show related, anything for those who are Power Rangers fans and those who are fans of, Super Sentai, which is the original Japanese footage of where Power Rangers comes from. That's where Power Rangers gets its fight footage, and let's just say their fight footage and their story elements. Sometimes when they do the same story elements, it works, but to an extent, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, you gotta make an adaptation of something, right? But yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. You guys are gonna be in for a treat. Me, along with Larry Newbill, who just appeared in the chat. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Larry is still there, but yeah, I'm so looking forward to that tomorrow. It's gonna be a blast. You guys, we're gonna be talking about anything geek related, from like old school cartoons to I guess video games. I can tell you, guarantee majority of the talk is going to be Power Rangers related because we're all Power Rangers fans, and I feel like fans of the Power Ranger community don't get enough. I feel like fans of Power Rangers in general get bashed on too much just because of what it is. Yes, it's a corny. I know most people think it's corny and campy, but from Japan, if you look from where it came from, and you look where the original Sentai, which was called Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, if you look at that and you see how campy it is, Ranger came from 1975, no, 75 or 76. So campiness is where it came from. So it's either you deal with it or you don't. But yeah, you guys are gonna be in for a treat tomorrow. I guarantee that. But whew, sorry about this, guys. That was a good read. Oh, I'm not. Thanks, Jack, but I'm not done yet. I'm still going. We're probably gonna only do one more chapter, which is chapter 6. Mm. Jaka. All right. Yes, sir. We'll be in place within the hour, General Lucan. The device is set to the remote, and the scapegoat is in position. If all goes according to plan, you should have plausible deniability on everything that happens today. Were you able to get the receptor set up? That's good. Enough energy left for what? No, you're right, sir. That is none of my concern. So we have a mysterious figure that's doing an operation, who also has Agent 13, tied up and gagged in a car trunk. Yes, sir, I am. I'm about to take care of the Shield woman right now, exactly as ordered. Of course I know. I'm the one who sent her out there. Sure, but what the hell you're doing about it? What I hear, she hasn't reported in for over 24 hours. That's not like Sharon, and you know it. You want to take that tone down a notch and add a "sir" at the end, Agent Tapper? Sorry, sir. It's just Sharon, Agent 13 and I know, but I thought that was over, Neil. That was my mistake. I didn't want her taking the liaison gig with Rogers. Jealous, I guess, with their history and all, so I tried to put my foot down, but well, Sharon put her foot where the sun don't shine. Basically. She's tough as nails, that girl, which is why I'm trying not to worry, yet. Look, I got teams sweeping Philly right now, and our satellites are scanning the entire eastern seaboard for a signal from her communicator. If it'll make you feel any better, you can join the effort. That would help, sir. I guess. I just. I can't just sit around here doing nothing. Understand, Agent, take a car down, but none of my Porsches. I'll have one of the team leaders ready you with their 20. Is he looking down? Is he down there looking for her? Captain America? Yes, sir. No, he's got enough on his mind right now, as it is. He doesn't even know she's missing. I'd like to find her before he has to be told. Oops. Sorry about this, guys. I have, multiple people, messaging me. Sorry. So, you want us to stay here then, sir? Yes. What I have to do here, I need to do on my own. If you don't mind me asking, sir, this island. Oh my gosh. What is this place? This is where I died. When he means this is where he died, this is where he was frozen in ice. So many conflicting reports about that day. The day everything went wrong, so many false details. You sure? Sorry about this, guys. Some say it all took place in England. One report I read claimed we were brought to Newfoundland. Sometimes I think I'm not even sure what really happened anymore. Did I really ever remember any of it, or was I just filling in blanks? Like an accident victim who doesn't remember anything after getting in the car until they wake up in the hospital. No, I always remembered Zemo and the drone plane. Always remembered it exploding. But the rest of it, I suppose it's possible that reading reports about that day colored my perceptions. All I know for sure is these new memories that have been surfacing, memories of Zemo capturing us, torturing Bucky, they feel far too real. Like something's unblocking the part of my brain where they've hidden all the time and forcing me to acknowledge them. This island is only one report about that day, the one prepared for President Roosevelt. Hmm. This was a Nazi base between occupied France and Allied Britain. Even after the Nazis were driven out of France, they managed to keep this spot a secret. Ugh. When Zemo captured us in England, he and his men brought us here, held us captive while they analyzed the Allied drone plane they'd stolen. No, my God. This is the room. This is where it happened. I was forced to watch. And Zemo, he wouldn't stop laughing. How could I have forgotten something like this? Maybe a better question is, why am I remembering it all now? Americana! Americana! What? Nazi soldiers? Well, what do you know? Turns out Cap just had a big run-in with Zemo. Zemo, no. What is this? This can't be real. Captain Americana! Get him! Kill him! Bullets are real enough. Whatever's going on here, one thing's clear. I've got to get out. Now! Of course, they're all gone. No evidence. No evidence. They were really here at all. But they were. I can still smell the gunfire in the air. All of this, these unlocked memories, the strange dreams, and now these vanishing Nazis, it's all the cube. It has to be. Whoever's got it, Lucan or whoever else, they're manipulating me. But to what purpose? Why would someone want me? I can make it, Cap. I can make it. Bucky, wait! Got it. Wait, it's probably booby trap. No, I'm losing my grip. I see it. Oh God, Cap, it's gonna blow. Drop off, Bucky, let go. I can't, I'm stuck. Oh God, he couldn't let go. What does this mean? Is it even real? Aren't any of these memories real? Why do I have to feel so sure they are? Something Fury said about the cosmic cube still needing to be charged. That's what the skull's WMDs were for, to convert death into energy, which means the cube the skull had when he died is weak. Maybe it's just powerful enough to unlock these memories inside me and make me fight phantoms, to give me back enough of my past to torture me. You find what you were looking up there, sir? I found something. I'm just not sure what. So back to the helicarrier then? Sure. Why don't you... Ugh. Hey, Hey, you okay? Sharon. Whoa. So apparently Cap is just like getting a flashing image that he knows that Sharon is in trouble. We gotta get back to the States. Now. How fast can this go? You know the Concorde? Yes. Well, compared to our top speed, the Concorde's like walking. Top speed then? Colonel Steve Rogers is on Secure 1. Right. Teresa put him through. Fury. Fury here. What's Sharon's been captured? I know. I've got teams combing the streets for her as we speak. Damn it, Fury! You should have told me. No. Someone's pulling our strings, Rogers. Even think that it might be exactly what they want. For you to be rushing in blind? I know they do. They showed me exactly where to find her. What? Why the hell didn't you say so? I can have teams in place in 2 minutes. Where is... Sorry, Nick. I have radioed in earlier, but communications were all offline in top speed. Anyway, I'm here now. I'll take care of it. Wait, Cap. There's something you need to know. No time, Nick. I got a visual. Roger's out. Oh, Steve. Always rushing in. Always the Boy Scout as usual. So he was able to rescue, Sharon from her captors. Hold on, I got you. You're okay now. Steve, oh God. It's a setup. I'm sure it is. Let's just get these chains off of you and we'll deal with it. You don't understand, Steve. The guy we've been hunting, the man who killed the Red Skull, I seen him. Uh-oh. I think it's Bucky. What do we have here? We have the Winter Soldier on top of a roof, ready to take shot at Cap. They're in position, General. Should I take the shot? No. Regardless of your personal feelings, that is not the plan. It's not about feelings, sir. The man is simply good. He's going to be a problem. I'm sure he will, but he'll suffer much more before he becomes our problem. And then you get to deal with him. Just complete the mission. We brought him here for a reason, after all. Yes, sir, General Lucan. Consider it done. Damn it. How could they have missed this all those years? Colonel, One of the Philadelphia teams have found something. This is Fury. Go. Agent Tapper here, sir. Got a big problem. We managed to track Agent 13's communicator. But there's a body here and some kind of bomb like the one in yesterday's briefing. Oh, that soldier has no idea what he's in for. Get out of there, Tapper! Now! I think I could disarm it, sir. I just... Oh, crap. Disconnected. It was a trap. Oh, snaps. No, not this. Oh, God. My God, Steve. This is why they wanted you here. It was all a trap. Stop it, Alec. Shut it down. You'll kill us. Don't be a fool. I know what I'm doing. No, there's no risk. They may know my hand is in this, but they're Americans, remember? And we are very wealthy and influential corporation. They will demand proof before they even begin to question us. What are you doing is insane, old friend. You put us all at risk with this act. And by that time, my game will be over, and it will be far too late. And we've reached chapter 7. Maybe we could... Oh, this is an interlude. The Lonesome Death of Jack Monroe. I'm just doing a little skim through of this. I feel like this is a long one. This is one long one shot. I can tell. Hmm. We'll take a little break, just a little. But how are you guys enjoying the live read so far? Hmm. I think I'm gonna have to have me a meal after this. Let's see who's still in the chat. Probably nobody. Yep, no one is here, but that's fine. We can always let's always continue. Since no one is here, I guess there's no point of having a break. All right, let's. I am so sorry for being quiet and everything. I just let me stop apologizing. Let's let's continue on to part 7, and then we'll end it there. So pretty much part 7, it's a little interlude of the story. It talk pretty much is going to talk about Jack Monroe's lifestyle and how he became Cap's partner. So take place in New York City 1 year ago. I'm afraid it's not good news, Mr. Monroe. But then we weren't really expecting it to be at this point, were we? No, I guess not. Just give it to me straight, Dr. Foster. How much time do I have? I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. Your blood panel shows the super soldier variant you were injected with is degrading, and as a result, haywire. There's a number of reasons why this could be happening. It could be that treatments you got from Shield that cured your mental troubles, or it could be something that happened while you were scourged. You said there were nanites in your bloodstream then? Yeah, and in my brain. So it's possible that this all started then. Your body's reacting to that, or maybe to all of it put together. The problem is, it's gone unnoticed for so long. It's done so much damage already that even if we figured out how to treat it, the treatment would probably kill you before the disease did. But Sorry. So I guess that's that, huh? I'm really sorry, Jack, but I don't know what more I can do. Perhaps Shield or the Avengers? I've had enough of Shield to last a lifetime. And Cap. I don't want to burden him with my troubles, not again, and I don't want you to telling any of them about this. I couldn't even if I wanted to, Jack, but you should know this is my problem. Just tell me, what can I expect? I guess I don't really have to explain this. It's pretty much all spoken from the character's point of view. But yeah, I could just skim through. Yeah, just a quick little skim through this. I don't think I have to read this portion of the story. It's just a little brief little interlude of Jack Monroe and his lifestyle. So pretty much he was. I still understand how he's supposed to be. How Cap had another partner. It just didn't make any sense to me. Making us. So pretty much, Jack Monroe he was one of Cap's partners, and then later on he adopted the superhero identity. I wouldn't call it superhero identity, but he adopted the persona known as Scourge. Sorry for my yawning. I'm not tired. Trust me. He adopted the identity of Scourge, and let's just say, him being a superhero, it kind of also made him go a little nuts in the head. Made him have a little hallucinations and all that. Started to become, a drinker. I never. Why do the crazy ones always end up becoming a drinker? I never understood that. But but yeah, all I could say is just a little brief little interlude. I guess I didn't really have to read this for some reason. I guess I didn't. This is really odd. Okay, but pretty much it does give a plot point though. The person that did kill him was indeed Bucky. So we know it was Bucky that killed Jack Monroe. So I guess we'll end here with that. That was part 7. Well, parts 1 through 7. So that's so that was pretty much it. Chapters 1 through 7, guys. I guess we know Bucky was the person. I guess we pretty much it's revealed that Bucky was the person that was picking off everyone one by one. But man, you know, I'm really thinking about doing like all the comics that I have that I haven't read fully yet, and some that I have. I'm thinking about probably doing a live read for those as well. Who knows? Maybe after Winter Soldier, I'm thinking, why don't we do Planet Hulk? I'm thinking about doing Planet Hulk as the next live read after the Winter Soldier. But if anyone is still in the chat room, you guys got any questions for me so far? Or any questions about the story, or just questions for me in general? I think it's good to see. I think it's good to see that where the Winter Soldier film got their well, of course this is where they got their adaptation from. Bucky, after Cap was on ice. When's 8 through 13 gonna be? It's actually not. It's actually well. I mean, yes, there's 13 chapters in this book, but As I never. Hmm. Maybe I'll make chapters 8 through 13 on Friday, cause the holiday, Christmas is coming up, and I won't be around. And then for the month of January, I'm going back to school I'm taking a winter course for schools. And if I wasn't taking the winter course, I would have the whole month of January off. So pretty much I would have like a month and a half off. That's how it is for mostly college students. But yeah, chapter 8 through 13 will definitely probably be on Friday. And if not Friday, then I'll probably make an announcement on when I could do it. I'll probably put on I'll probably put it on Twitter. But I guess if there aren't any more questions, then all I can say is, thank you guys so much for watching this. I got a little vibration in my teeth. Thank you guys so much for watching this live read. It was great to actually go a little further in this story, because I feel like when you have so much comic books, you have so much. It's like you read them, you read them, and you read them, and you get so bored with the story. But I feel like it kind of feels good to actually read the stories to you guys, because I feel like it makes it more interesting, and you guys are understanding what's happening in the story. I know you guys don't see the images. I mean, I show you some images that are, I would say that are very plot worthy, but it's good to actually be reading the stories to you guys. So I know we could tell from the story that if no problems, see you Friday. Yes, thank you, Pokemon Ranger 658. And but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this live read. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with my hangout with my friends from that hashtag show. It's gonna be a blast tomorrow night. I kid you not. So until then, I am Vengeance. I'm Darkness. I am Blackwing. Stay golden. Blackwing out.